Hey friend, I have something special for you today. It's an idea that I've been chewing on in the back of my mind for a little bit now for the fairy tales side of fairy tales and tarot. So I hope you enjoy this little interpretation of the story of Pwyll Pen Annwn. In a country and a time when the veil between the worlds was thin, Pwyll, Prince of the Seven Cantrips of Dyfed, ruled wisely and well. He and his retinue made a circuit of the lands, and the court contributed to the hospitality they enjoyed with hunting for sport and for the pot. One night, at one of his chief courts, Arberth, Pwyll woke with a compulsion to hunt that he had to obey. So he raised the company and set off straight away for a good hunting country, and rose early the next morning. Following after the hounds, Pwyll became separated from his retinue, and as he realized this, he heard the baying of another pack of hounds. He found this pack in a clearing, circling around a stag which had been brought down by such hounds as he had never seen in the land before, with gleaming white bodies and ears of brilliant red. Pwyll drove the hounds off to set his own pack on the stag, and as they fell upon it, he became aware of another horseman. His horse was dapple gray, and his clothes of brown and gray, and he seemed to grow from the woodland surroundings. The horseman approached, but refused to greet Pwyll, accusing him of bad manners and ignorance and beating off the hounds that had made the kill. And Pwyll offered to make reparations in a way that was fitting to the horseman's status. And that is how we met Annwn of Annwn, the other world that marches alongside ours, from which all earthly life flows and returns. Upon the health and well-being of that world, our world depends. Then Annwn told Pwyll of his problem. A king called Hafken had come to Annwn. He lived opposite of Annwn, warring against him and oppressing him. Annwn had failed to kill him, and now he needed a champion to defeat Hafken. And to this, Pwyll agreed. By his enchantment, Annwn arranged that he and Pwyll should change shape, and that each would rule the other's kingdom for a year, and Pwyll would sleep each night by the side of the fairest lady in the kingdom, Annwn's wife. At the end of the year, Pwyll would meet with Hafken at a tryst at a ford, which had been arranged. His instructions were to strike Hafken once, and only once, even if he should beg for another blow to dispatch his life, for a second blow would restore him, and then he would never be beaten. All happened as Annwn said, and Pwyll founded a wonderful kingdom, with richness and beauty everywhere for the delight of the court. There he ruled well and wisely for a year, and, at his encounter at the ford, he followed Annwn's instructions, and Hafken sustained a mortal wound and begged to be killed. But Pwyll remembered Annwn's stipulation, and his men took Hafken away to die and to become Annwn's vassals. And all that year was wonder except for the nights, for after each feast, when he and the beautiful queen retired to their room, he became as a dumb man, and turned his face to the wall in the big bed and had no contact with her. At the end of the year, the men met at the boundary between the two worlds, and Annwn learned that Hafken was defeated. Annwn transformed himself and Pwyll back to their own shapes, and each returned to their own domain, vowing friendship. Once returned to their own kingdoms, the two rulers questioned their courtiers and chamberlains, and each found out how faithfully the other ruled. But it was only when the feast was over that Annwn retired and discovered Pwyll's nobility. As he began intimate conversations with his queen, she turned on him and asked why he was now affectionate when for a year he had ignored her in private, though being her loyal companion in the eyes of the court. Annwn praised Pwyll's faithfulness, and from that time on, the bonds between the two kingdoms were strong, with the exchanges of horses, hounds, hawks, and other goods, and Pwyll was given the title Pen, head of Annwn. Hey friend, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that short story even more than I enjoyed creating it. If this was inspirational for you or just fun, go ahead and leave me a like. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Head inside, find a video that resonates with you, and I will see you in the next one.